feel bad about saying that. So where was I? Number 3. Boys and girls, welcome to Violin. My name is Mrs. Hunt. I'm very excited about being your teacher. Let's make sure everybody's here, blah, blah, blah. You take the roll. And always you're using a big voice. Each one of you are going to be getting a violin today. If your name's on the roll, you'll be able to take your violin home and enjoy it and play it for your family. And then you tell them that, I know that you know a violin's not a toy. It's very important. It's a real instrument. It's very valuable. Yeah.
Before we go on to that, important thing on the first class when you're going over the roll, you should do this every week, but most definitely on the first week. Is there anybody in here whose name I did not call? You will have kids that their parents came on 5 minutes before class was going to start and registered them, and don't know why their name's not on the roll yet. You're going to have kids that just come to class and their parents don't know they're in class. So if you get a kid and their name's not on the roll, you need to say, ask them, do your parents know that you're here? How do you normally get home? If they normally go home on a bus and their name's not on the roll, they need to go home on the bus, because there is a good possibility that they just heard that their friend is going to guitar class afterwards, and that sounds like fun. So I'm gonna go, you'll have a little card that has the phone number to the office that says, your child came to class today, we didn't have them on the roster, give our office a call. You know, if it's a mistake on our end, we will apologize very much so, but with the new systems we have going, it shouldn't happen. Most of the time, you just heard it's guitar class, and so, you know, that maybe they go home on the bus and their parents at work and there's no one to pick them up, and if they don't go home on the bus, that's a big problem. So if their name's not on the roster, you know, if they go to car line, I tell them, go out to car line, have your mom come in and talk to me. If their mom comes in and says, yeah, we're signing them up, we just haven't gotten around to them, let them stick around for class, that's not a problem. The main thing is you want to make sure parents know where the kid's at. And you kind of chuckle at it, but I've had it happen more than once, so. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Emily. Okay, so then at the end of that first page, we don't have a case in here. You're going to show them, this is how I want you to get the instrument out of the case. And you can kind of read. Not all the cases are exactly the same. But I would put the case down, well, let's see. Okay, boys and girls, I want you to see how snug that fits. It's a really safe case. It's lightweight, so it's not going to be really heavy for you, but you can see that this case is really protective of this violin, and I want you to be protective of it when you're using it too. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to show you how it fits in there like a puzzle. Is that cool or what? Okay, I'm not sure what your name is, but can you try to put that in there for me? Sure. Good job. Is there anybody else that wants to try that? It's not that hard, is it? You're so brave. Have you ever touched a violin before? Isn't it cool? Do you want to do that on the strings? Okay. Now some of your cases are going to have a little neck strap there, a Velcro thing. If your case doesn't have that, it's okay. If some of them do have it though, so if it does have it, you can use that if you want to. And anyway, now we're going to leave the violin right there, and I'm going to show you how to take the bow out, because some people actually have trouble with this. It's got a little door on here, and you just go whoop. That's like turning the doorknob for it. And then you just pull this out, and you take that out, and here's your bow. And I want you to know that bows are also very valuable. Then we tell them what it's made of. It's horsetail. It's like, bleh. I just think it's cool. But there's a certain way that you hold it, which if you're a violin teacher, you'll go over all that with them. But I'm going to put this back in here now, and that end goes under there. This goes right back over there. And then who can guess the final step? Good job. Thanks for playing the game. There you go. Can you do that for me? Good. Yeah. Just like, right. Now take the whole thing out. Remember, you don't want to touch the hair too much. You're doing great. Do you I know a lot of the other kids in this class could do that too. If I asked you to do it, I bet you could do it, couldn't you? Good job. And you'd probably be brave, and you'd probably be really, really careful. You look like you are. So, in a few minutes, I want you to get your violins out. Don't really do it. And we're not going to get the bow out, but we're going to get the violin out, and then close the case and put it right back where it was. And you can, do you want me to go ahead and show how
What you would do is you just have them stand up, put the case on the chair, and then just, like she said, have them take just the violin out.
We're going to take the violin out. Actually, we'll use this one. Okay, could you hold it up? And I'm going to get you, you're so brave, I'm going to get you to stand up here and be my helper. When you put your violin, you're going to hold it by the neck. You would never hold a child by the neck, would you? But violins you can. And we're really tight. Yeah, this is called the neck. This is called the neck.
We'll go over that in the behavior issue section.
Oh, I'm not talking to teachers. I'm just like a way that you can make your violin class kind of fun, you know. And then they remember that that's called the neck, and they remember that's how to hold it. Silly things like that kind of implant things in their mind. Okay, this is my shoulder. When I'm playing violin, I don't really want anybody to see my shoulder because violin's going to go on there. So I'm going to put it up there, and I'm going to, for the first time, I'm going to, first few days, I'm going to hold it like, you can probably teach this better than I'm a cellist, Melissa's a violinist, but you're going to, you can hold it like this later on, you'll be putting your thumb up here. But for right now, if you notice when you're playing the violin that it's down here, kind of like a beard, and your shoulder's over there, you're going to have to fix that because something's wrong. What's wrong? Can anybody tell me what's wrong?
I can see your shoulder.
See my shoulder? Yes. Okay. Then I'm going to play my violin a little bit, and if you start seeing my shoulder, you could say, shoulder, and then I'm like, oh no, you can see my shoulder. And you know, little things like that, get it back. Okay, now we'll let you try it. You're getting ahead of me. If there's really somebody that's really having trouble, keep your hands off the equipment, Kevin. I'm just kidding. All right, I want you to take this hand and put it on that shoulder. This chinny on this shoulder. Now point your chinny out here, foot goes out here, other foot, there we go. And I'm going to put this right here. And I want you to hold it with your chin. And I'm going to let go. Good. See how strong you are. Ta-da! See how tight that is? And that's actually how you hold it. We're going to put this hand to keep it steady. But really, it's all these strong muscles. He's a macho man.
Most of the kids will be able to do that if you explain good posture, hold it. If you're going to let go, you obviously know that they're not going to hold
Right.
it.
And you really are not going to have time to do this with every individual. You really just going to show them, and most people are going to get it, but there's going to be some that don't. And then you go and you do that
And
little
you just
thing.
work with them, and 3-4 weeks down the road, you can say we're all going to see if we can hold our violins without our hand.
Okay.
And, just
Okay.
incorporate that in.
So then we're going to practice positions. This is playing position. And I do it like a real drill sergeant. Kids like that. And the other very important one, which is great for getting command of your classroom, is rest position. And rest position means you don't play your violin. Your mouth is quiet. You're sitting tall or standing tall. And it's kind of like, remember, take yourself back a few years when you were in a classroom and the teacher switched the light switch. And that was like, whoa, too rowdy in here, right? So that's what that is. When you say rest position, you expect immediate cooperation. And you do get it because you've got them well trained. So
You got to do it very authoritatively.
You have to use that voice.
And one thing that I use with that when I do that rest position, the first one that goes, I'm like, you are my rest position winner. And then you make a big deal out of that. And then after that, the kids are always like, I want to be the rest position winner. So they're all racing to see who's going to get to rest position first. It's an awesome tool.
Yeah.